Hello, my dear Libra friends. This is Maxine Taylor, and I have your forecast, your beautiful forecast for May. But before I do that, I want to share something with you. Many of you have a copy of the first astrology book I ever wrote called Now That I've Cast It, What Do I Do with It? The title is not original. It's what my students asked me after I taught them how to cast a horoscope by hand, because back in the 1960s and early 70s, we didn't have computers to do that. So they didn't know what to do with it. And so it's not an original title. It's what they were asking. And so this is in honor of them. I've updated it and included more information on the north and south nodes of the moon. So if you haven't bought a copy of it, or even if you have before, you might want to check this out. It will be an ebook shortly. And my latest book prior to Now That I've Cast It, What Do I Do with It, is Hidden Messages in Your Birth Chart. This is a wonderful book to help you read the parental programming that owns us, whether it's positive, negative, or neutral. And it explains so much about human behavior. So together, they really are quite a lot of information for you to share with your clients and to use for yourself. Okay, Libra, let's talk about this wonderful chart. Okay. Now, Mars, let's start here. And you can see all the planets are in this area. This is the full moon. So all the planets are in this quadrant. Mars is what we fight with and fight for. It's what we throw ourselves into. It's what's number one to us. Mars has been in your sixth house and will stay there until the 24th. The sixth house is the house of work, health, and service. Mars can often bring inflammation to the body. That's number one. Number two, it's what you gotta, you're driven wherever Mars is. On the 24th, Mars moves into the seventh house of partnership, the public, and other people in general. What you'll attract to you at this particular point in time will be people who put themselves first. And this is good because you're putting other people first. Yes. If you have a partner, your partner wants your attention and you want to give it. Absolutely lovely. Now, Venus is the pink planet. It is the lesser benefic. It is love and beauty and charm and money. It's one of the good guys. It has been in your sixth house of work, health, and service, blessing both work and health. Well, not both, all work, health, and service. It's quite lovely. On the 2nd of May, it moves into the seventh house. And who do you love? The other people, perhaps one in particular. You'll find that the people you meet love themselves and drive themselves, and they're passionate about what they do. And you'll find that you really want that one-on-one relationship. And it will start on the 2nd when Venus moves into the seventh house. And when Mars moves in on the 24th, there's a drive, a real, let's get this thing started. On the 28th, Venus moves into the 8th house of other people's money and values and beliefs. And so you can help people create money. If you're involved in a partnership, a business partnership, this is an awesome time because you'll be able to help the mutual the mutual productiveness of the venture. And you're rethinking love, your concept of it. Maybe you've met somebody while Venus was in your 7th house, and now you're thinking, do I want this? Mercury's retrograde. Let me see. Okay, the sun, the yellow planet, is the giver of life. It's the center of our life. And so in the 8th house, the center of your life is being a psychic detective and getting to the root of everything, to the cause. It's also wonderful for helping other people get their values, get clarity on their values. And all this activity helps you be a wonderful consultant or counselor. The sun, the yellow planet, the giver of life, it's our ego. It has been and will stay in the 8th house. The 8th house is transformation and transmutation. You can help other people create money. More importantly, you can transform your own ego. Don't you love it? I do. I think it's great. And on the 20th, the sun moves into your 9th house. And so the center of your life becomes your belief systems. Are you writing a book, doing a blog, doing videos? The 9th house is the house of publishing, long distance journeys, and the higher mind and truth. Now, Mercury, the blue planet, goes retrograde on the 10th. And when Mercury's in the shadow now, so it feels like it's retrograde. It's not, but it feels like it. With Mercury retrograde, you don't start any new projects because they either fizzle out completely or have to be redone within the year. So what are you going to do? You're going to tie up the loose ends of unfinished projects. So Mercury is in your 9th house of concepts and beliefs and principles. And on the 10th, it goes retrograde. On the 22nd, it moves back into the 8th house where it joins Venus. The sun will have already moved into the 9th house. And you're rethinking things. Mercury is the planet of ideas and thinking. It's not an action planet like Mars, as in, get in the car, we're going out of town. It talks about things. It thinks about them. And it will be retrograde until June. So you won't come back in June. And I'll tell you about what's going on then. Now, on May 16th, we have a full moon, but it's not just a full moon. It's a lunar eclipse. And this makes it way more powerful because an eclipse lasts until the next pair of eclipses come along, which are usually about 5 or 6 months later. And so this eclipse is in your 2nd house of money. And it's a full moon and it comes to a head. So get ready for money. Income. I love it. 2 weeks after the full moon, we have a new moon on May 30th in 9 Gemini. And it activates your 9th house of philosophy and principles. Very, very interesting. Just before the new moon, like for 2 days before, people have no energy. So be patient with yourself if you find that your energy is low, and be patient with other people if you find that they are slow. So this is your beautiful month of May. Love that 7th house. Love that 9th house. Love that lunar eclipse in your 2nd house of money. Wow. So I hope you'll join me next month when once again I take a look at your forecast. Till then, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.